Hello everyone, it is me, it is I. Hi, hello. It's your girl, Wendy Ivy Martinez, also known as the Geek Goddess here on YouTube. And today we are doing my August TBR. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so per usual, I separate my TBR by categories, I guess. I have books that I'm doing vlogs for, I have some nonfiction stacked up, and then I have books that I'm currently reading, and then I have my book for book clubs that I'm in. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna get started with the book that I got halfway through in July that I was supposed to finish a long time ago, but it never happened. And that is Zodiac Academy Book 1, The Awakening by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti. The reason why I didn't finish this is not because it wasn't good, because honestly this was really good. This was a really good book. It probably would have been my favorite if I had finished it and got August. I mean, I can't say I'm only halfway through, but so far it's been amazing, perfect, phenomenal. However, my mental health kind of took a nosedive in July. It took a nosedive in April. It took another one in July. Is it going to be a seasonal thing? We don't know. We don't know. But it took another nosedive in July, so and then on top of that, I just got into like this reading slump, so I wasn't able to finish it. So hopefully I'm able to finish it this month during the month of August. So in this one, we are basically following two twins. We are following Tori, and we are following Darcy is the other one. Darcy and Tori. And these two Gemini twins cannot be like more opposite. You have they're both like really badass. However, like Tori lives more life on the edge, and one night they end up getting followed by this like one guy. And he tells them, yeah, you know, you guys, I know that you guys have like been down on your luck. You don't have any money. Your parents died in a fire when you were babies. Guess what though? You're fae. And those weren't your parents. Those are just like you're channeling. So your parents are actually, they're still dead, but at least you're fae. So if you come on over and go to Zodiac Academy and, you know, be in the college, you can totally get your money back. You'll be like super rich, and you'll get your inheritance, your actual inheritance that you were meant to get. What he doesn't tell them though is that at the Zodiac Academy, they technically have to survive, right? And graduate in order to maintain their inheritance and become heirs, because they're actually princesses. And there are four guys, I think it's four guys in particular that don't like that, because they've been the heirs to the throne ever since these two twins went missing. So when these twins randomly show up, they're like, what the hell? We trained all our lives to be heirs to this throne, and now you're just gonna give them to these like girls that didn't even know that they were fae? So they're bullied a lot, and they're basically bullied to the point where these guys want them to drop out of the school. And even though they have no interest in becoming heirs, the two twins. So this book is so good. I absolutely love it so much. It's so like fast-paced, so much going on all at once. I love it. But again, so I need to finish that. Next, I have four. Let's do the four that I have for reading vlogs. So these are the four that I have for reading vlogs. Three of these are going to be for a reading vlog that I have coming out this month, where I read Dark Academia for the very first time to see if that's my thing, because I like Dark Academia as a music genre. I want to make sure that I like it as an actual book genre too. So the books that I have for that are, one is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I don't know too much about what this is about. I know that it has something to do with like a drama theater, and there's like a murder or something that happens. I believe it might even be a villainous origin story. I kind of want to go into this one blindly, so I don't even want to read the synopsis of this one, but I heard that this one's really good. Super Dark Academia. I believe it's being made into a TV series as well, so I'm excited for this one. So we'll see how this goes. Next, it is Ninth House by Leah Bardugo. This is another, like, if you look up dark academia, this is going to be like one of the top dark academia books. And this one we are following a girl that goes to this elite academy, right? But apparently there's a lot of like dark, magical, sinister things that are happening within this academy. I believe she can see ghosts or something like that, or spirits of some sort. Another one that has like, I think it has a mystery element to it. Someone goes missing, and I just heard that this one's really good as well, so I'm excited to read this one. And then last but certainly not least, we have Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is about, I think, like Babylon, right? Babylon? No, this is 1828, where it's a historical fantasy epic that grapples with student revolutions, colonial resistance, and the use of language and translation as the dominating tool of the British Empire. And I know it has to do with like language and the power of language and the power of knowledge. And that just seems like a grand old time. So I'm excited for this one. R.F. Kuang is one of the authors that I've been wanting to get into. So I'm excited to check this one out. This is a chunkers. And if you guys don't notice, we have like a theme here with these dark academias. They're all like black and white. Do you see that? They're like all black and white. That's like a dark academia thing, I guess. We'll see. And then next, for another reading vlog that I actually don't have coming out till September, because September is Hispanic Heritage Month, I wanted to read books that are in my native language, which is Spanish. I actually was a Spanish speaker, born and raised Spanish speaker, but then up until like the age of 4 or 5, I started learning English, and then I stopped speaking Spanish just because everybody around me spoke English. So I stopped speaking Spanish, and over the course of the years I kind of started forgetting it bit by bit, right? As I got older, I still know how to speak it fluently. However, I do have a accent now when I speak Spanish, and there are some words that I have to like Spanglish that shiznit because I don't know how to say the words in Spanish. So I'm hoping that by reading books in Spanish, that's going to improve my vocabulary and my speech and all of that jazz. I do know how to read in Spanish, so I'm just hoping that it's going to make me a more fluent speaker once again. So I decided that I'm going to read YA books in my native language, okay? Because I don't read YA books in English. However, I think YA books are going to be a little bit easier to read than adult novels. So we're starting with YA. And I'm starting with The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, who is the author of The Inheritance. This one, I believe, is like a thriller sort of book where you got these like teenagers that end up having some sort of powers to help solve crimes. So I'm excited to be reading that this month, and hopefully, I got a little coupon here from Barnes & Noble that expired in May. Hopefully that improves my Spanish vocabulary. Now, last but certainly not least, we have my nonfiction, because like I said, my mental health has been like up and down, up and down. I think it's just from working from home and like kind of disconnecting from society a lot. And reading also disconnects me from society. I needed to improve my mental health. More importantly, the big thing for me is like when I'm in like my spiritual journey, right? When I'm like super into like my spirituality, and I don't mean this religiously, I mean like just spiritual. I feel more in tune and happy with my life and in tune with who I am. So I wanted to make sure that I'm reading more nonfiction and like spiritual books to help me along with like my mental health. One of them is a book that I actually started last month, but it's actually a experimental book. It's a 21-day journey, so I have to read a few pages a day and do the meditations and all those exercises that are on the page, which is why it's taking me a little bit slower to read. And I actually have a vlog that's coming out on my main channel, The Witchypreneur, which is like my spiritual channel, where you basically see me do this 21-day journey, and that is the Angel Experiment, a 21-day magical adventure to heal your life. So this is basically a 21-day experiment to find angels in your life, to experience miracles in your life. I'm currently on day 11 of the 21 days, so I am exactly halfway through. So I'm excited to finish this up during the month of August. The next book that I will be reading this month is one that, if you guys are on like the spiritual side of YouTube, you guys may know a YouTuber named Spirit. They were known as Spirit Science, but they just changed their channel to Spirit Verse. Well, he just came out with a book where he talks about his top book recommendations of books that like changed his life. This month I have two of those books on my list. And I eventually want to do a whole like a reading vlog. I want to do a whole like vlog where I like review the books and like what they taught me, and that's going to be probably on my spiritual channel, not the book channel, just because it's more of like a spiritual thing. So the first one that I'm going to be reading is Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramhansa Yogananda. This is a yogi. He has like his own self-realization center. We even have one right here in Southern California near me. And he basically spent his life kind of journeying through the Middle East and also into Christianity, like on the Western side of things, and kind of like merged Hinduism and Christianity and like the commonalities of the two religions. And now from there, he created this whole fellowship, this whole self-realization fellowship that people still do today. And so this is basically his autobiography of his life, his work, everything like that. So I really want to read this one this month. I've had this book for years, ever since I went to one of these centers years ago and I first discovered him. But now that like I saw it on Spirit Science, I was like, okay, this is a sign now. I have to pick it up. So there's that one. The next book that I'm going to be reading this month, that I'm going to start but probably not finish because this is another one that has a lot of activities in it, is You Are Psychic by Deborah Lynn Katz. So one of the things that I really want to focus on the rest of this year and so further into the years to come is reawakening my psychic abilities, because I have had a lot of psychic abilities. As a kid, I was able to see things that other people couldn't see, communicate with things that other people couldn't see, and now as an adult, I kind of want those abilities back. There was a time where I was very in tune with my intuition. I was getting a lot of like messages from different sources, and I kind of closed off myself to it because there was a time where I was seeing people that are no longer in this life but are in the next one, and I was waking up to them at the end of my bed, and that really scared the shiznit out of me. So I kind of closed it off, but I want to reopen those abilities and know that it's not something to fear, because I mean, I have these abilities for a reason ever since I was little, so they must mean that it's part of my journey in this lifetime. So I really want to do these activities. Probably going to do a whole vlog for this as well on my spiritual channel. And then last but certainly not least, we have another book that was in Spirit Verse, or the Spirit Science channel, and that is The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, Volume 1 by Drinvalo Melchizedek. And this one, we basically cover a whole bunch of like interesting, fascinating topics. Like, for example, there's some really cool stuff in here. They talk all about like so many awesome, like I'm such like a philosophical person. I love learning about like spiritual stuff, like ancient civilizations, things like that. They literally cover the fall of Atlantis. They cover the 3 Osiris temples, the flower of life, sacred geometry, the Christ consciousness grid, the darker side of our past and our present, the endangered earth, the Sumerians, planet Nibiru, the Anunnaki, the human body and its geometrics. It's so crazy, like everything that they cover in this book, that it literally feels like a spiritual Bible, almost like a Bible for like the non-Christians, the more like new age sort of people, or the people that, you know what I mean, like that I'm just like so excited to like get started with this. Like literally just having this in my hands makes me feel so empowered just holding it. So this is another one that I'm probably going to start and probably make a whole bunch of videos just based off of the things that I learned in this book on my main spiritual channel. And I'm just excited to get started on this journey. However, I don't think that I'm going to be finishing this one this month, because this is the one that I deeply have to like study and analyze. The guy that made the Spirit versus Spirit Science, I believe he said that he spent 3 months really studying this and really like getting the ins and outs of this. So that is it, you guys. Those are all the books that I plan on reading this month for the month of August. We shall see how it goes. Some of these, like I said, I'm not going to finish this month, but I'll probably finish within 2 to 3 months from now. So we'll see how it goes. So up until from here to here, these are the books that I will be finishing this month, and then these 3 are probably, oh well, I mean this one too, but these 2 are probably not going to be done this month. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!